Welcome to this video on the topic of the Mario Kart investigation for Year 10 Advanced Mathematics. In this video, we're going to have a look at how we can analyze our data collected for Part A of the investigation. To do this, we're going to acquire our data from our OneNote document, import it into Excel, and then we're going to have a look at what we need to do in Excel to analyze the data to create tables and figures. To begin, what we need to do is we need to open up our OneNote document, go to our investigation tab, and then we need to go across into sample data, part A, reference data. This is the data you collected in the first data sampling lesson that we had on Friday a few weeks ago. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to analyze one of these data sets here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 data sets, each one corresponding to track position. So this is the items you're allocated when you're in first position, items for second position, items for third position, and finally items for fourth position. I'm going to show you for the items for fourth position, and then you'll need to wash and repeat for position 3, 2, and 1. Now, as mentioned earlier, we're going to first do this by importing the data into Excel. So what I need to do is I need to open up a fresh Excel document. So up we come. Next, I need to get this data into Excel. The way in which I'm going to do this is I'm going to say item, and then I'm going to say, let's go frequency. Just bold it, maximize it, and then I'll space it out a little so it's easy to see. Alright, next job is I need to list all of the items here. Doesn't matter which item order I put them in, I just need to put them down. So I've got stars, lightning, triple mushroom, golden mushrooms, green shell, triple red shell, purple shell, and we need bananas. So I think that is all of the items there. It's been a while since I've played this game. Alright, so I'll space that out. Next thing I need to do is I need to count how many times these items have occurred. So what I'm going to do is I look in the list for track position 4 and I count down. So for the star, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so I think 11 times. Next, lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need to do this for all the items here. So next, mushrooms. Alright, so this is frequency, or how many times each of these items occur. I might have made a mistake here because I'm not that great at reading this stuff, but hopefully not. We'll just work with what we've got. Alright, next we need to do the analysis. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of my items here by clicking on the top one, holding the mouse down and dragging over, and then I'm going to collect the frequency as well. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into insert, across into my charts, and I'm going to look for the one that looks like a pie chart. In this case it's over here. Simply click on it and go 2D pie. What you can see is it's given me a nice reference chart which I can use. There's a few more things I need to add to this. Firstly, I need to give it a title. The title for this one is I'm going to say track position 4 or 4th. Next, I can do a bit of customization. So I can look at this and I can say data labels and turn these guys on, and it will give me the frequency in here. That can be sometimes useful. Notice that it only has the percentages allocated to the items that were seen, and the ones that we don't see, well, they're 0. It's useful. I don't particularly like it, but you can use it if you want. The reason I don't like this is because it gives frequency where rather what I would like to see is percentage, but if you want to use this, this is totally fine. I'm going to turn it off though. The next one's the legend. So the legend being what these mean down here. Now you can play with this by clicking on the arrow and it will tell you where you want to position them. For me personally, I like to have it in such a way that it maximizes the size of the pie chart. So this is what I want to look at because I don't like reading stuff, I just like looking at pictures. So I can have smaller pie chart but maximize the area here by doing this. Okay, so this is one part of the analysis. Second part of the analysis is, well, this is good, but what I would rather see is I'd like to know the percentage that I'd expect to see an item occur based on my track position. So this is fourth. The way which I'm going to do this is I'm going to add some new features to the table over here, and then I'm going to do some calculations in here. First thing I'll do is I'll get the frequency, hold it, drag across, and then I'll merge the cell. So this is in home and alignment, and this will combine the two cells together. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say total count, like so. Right align it, doesn't really matter, but it makes it look nicer. And then in the column across, I'll write equals on my keyboard. So notice the equation up here. I'm going to type sum. This is the one I want. I press tab and then I'm going to highlight the top count up here and drag down. This will sum all of the frequencies that I have here. So this will be my cumulative frequency. So in total, I was allocated 22 items, some of which were recurring. So the star happened 11 times, but in total I got 22 items. Next, I'm going to get the percentage. So the percentage of items I get is going to be this guy divided by that. This guy divided by that. To do this, I click on this cell up here, I press the equal sign. Notice here is my equation. I'm going to say this, so I click on it, divided by this. So this item divided by that, it will give me 0.5. I want this to be a percentage, so I'm going to go up, home, and then I need to find my percentage symbol under number. So this tells me I'm working with a percentage. So 50% of the time I expect to get a star. Now I want to do this calculation for all of these guys here. Rather than manually typing in them, what I can do is I can click on this cell here, bottom right corner, drag it down. Now, it copies the equation down, but there's a bit of an error. What I need to do is if I click on this, I can see that this box here has gone down below the total count and so on. It keeps going down. So I wanted these guys to go down, but this guy's going down. What I need to do is fix this. The way in which I can do this is I go up to the top cell, I click on my equation. In front of the B, which represents the total count here, I put a $sign. And then in front of the number, I put a $sign as well. Result stays the same, but then when I drag it down again, lo and behold, it gives me all the percentages. So what I'm able to do here is I'm able to generate this chart and I'm able to generate the percentages shown. Now putting this together, I'm going to make a pie chart again. To do this, I'll go hold on all of these guys. Then I'll hold my control key on my keyboard and I'll click on the percentages and then click down. Next, I go to insert, pie chart. Lo and behold, I get a pie chart that looks exactly the same as the one above. This is fine. I will change my legend to be on the right side, just like before. Cram it in, and then I'll change this to track position. Alright, now here's where the magic's going to happen. I click on this again, I press the plus symbol, I go to data labels, and now if I click on these, I can actually put the percentages in. So as you can see, the percentages now fit over, whereas up here, it simply had the frequencies, which wasn't great. What we want is we want percentages. I mean, you can use it, but it's not ideal. This one's better. Percentages are easy to understand because it's not dependent on how many data points we have, they just are what they are. So if we look on the data labels, we can have best fit, outside, inside. You get to pick wherever you want them. Your task is you need to place them in such a way that it's the easiest for the reader to understand. So let's just put them on the outside like this. Okay, next step. What I want is I want to get this data and this data into my document. So what I do is I say, we come to my document. I still got to do my writing. It's all right, we'll come later. I will have my results, which will be this stuff over here. So I'll see if I can copy it. There we go. Just copy it in like that. I will go to table. Put a border on it for now. Makes it easier. And yeah, I'll just leave it like that. All right, next step. Let's go back over here. I will get my beautiful graph for 4th position. Copy it. Back to my document, right there. Where are we? Here we are. And I will say analysis and paste. And lo and behold, I have my beautiful figure shown over here. Now to make this complete, what I need to do is I need to label my tables and figures. This guy over here is going to be called figure 1, track position, 4th place items. So this is figure 1, and up here will be table 1, 4th place items. So there we go. What we've done is we have created our table of the 4th place data and paste it into our document, and we've been able to create a figure which we can use in our investigations to discuss what's happening with the information. So in summary, what we set out to do in this video was we set out to analyze the data for part A of our investigation. The way in which this was done was we used Excel. We used Excel to input the data into. We then generated a pie chart based on the frequencies, after which we improved upon this pie chart by creating a pie chart based on the percentages. And then we simply got this data over here, so our item frequency and percentages and total count, paste it into our Word document for our investigation, and we got this guy over here, so our figure, and pasted that across as well. What you now need to do is you need to get the data for track position 3, 2, 1, and wash and repeat the process. Create your figures, paste them into your document, and describe what you see. In this case, we see that the star was allocated 50% of the time to the person who was in 4th place. The lightning was allocated 18% of the time, and a single mushroom was allocated 5%, where the triple mushroom was 14%. So it's alright if you're stating the obvious, just explain it to the reader. Good luck.